The title of this presentation is Improvement of Community Governance to Support Slums Upgrading Programs in Indonesia. My name is Fadil Wuldani Ulinuha from Urban and Regional Planning. Background of problems. Indonesia has been quietly urbanized from rural areas to urban areas and from smaller urban areas to more significant urban areas through high population growth and substantial urban development. In 2080, in 4.2 billion people, 55% of the world's population live in cities. By 2050, the urban population is expected to reach 6.5 billion. Besides, cities occupy just 3% of the Earth's land, but account for 60 to 80% of energy consumption and at least 70% of carbon emission. In the coming decades, 19% of urban expansion will be in the developing world. Then, 828 million people are estimated to live in slums, and the number is rising. Meanwhile, government incapacity to provide appropriate public housing, particularly to low-income groups, and institutional weaknesses to address urban poor aspiration that have created urban pockets of squatters and slum settlements. The research of problems. How did this new generation of slum upgrading perform in reality? And the second is, will this relatively comprehensive slum upgrading be successful enough? Literature review. The slum is perceptible as a heavily crowded, downhill, poor and socially disruptive, generally industrial zone, a shelter for small events such as felony, vice, substance violence, and metropolitan epidemics. The characteristic of slum vary from country to country along with the concept. The reason is that slums are multidimensional and fragment in existence. In specific, socioeconomic and cultural conditions may influence the distinction of slum features between nations. The upbringing of the slums depends on self-confidence and involvement in society to improve their working conditions. Result analysis discussions. The Neighborhood Upgrading and Shelter Sector Project (NUSSP) is one of the Indonesian slums upgrade initiative founded over a 5-year term by combined borrowing from global funds and public financing. The project seeks specifically to enhance the accommodation and the atmosphere in slum neighborhoods for low-income groups by providing funds for local authorities that collaborate with societies and personal groups. By facilitating low-income groups in building and upgrading indigenous homes through residential microcredits, and to enhance the capacity of local government and communities in preparing participatory planning, which focuses on harmonious division on roles and responsibilities between the government, private parties, and the community, the Ministry of Public Works. NUSSP was born out of the Indonesian government's initiative to tackle the problem of slums in Indonesia and to speed up the achievement of the SDGs, in particular slum improvement targets. Based on the background of the slum improvement in Indonesia, a number of slum rehabilitation and misery reduction programs were implemented in distinct ways. The Kampung Improvement Program KIP, and Urban Poverty Project (PPKP) are two of those which are quite prominent. They all contributed significantly to slum performance in Indonesia's reduction and improvement. Much can be learned from the experiences of these two programs, which cover both positive and negatives to be learned in future in order to improve the slum. Conclusion. Based on the historical development of slum upgrading in Indonesia, the slum upgrading approach that is too oriented to the intervention of the government or market cannot work effectively. Each tool has advantages as well as weaknesses. On the one hand, the management of slum upgrading, which is dominated by the government actor, is less able to generate community involvement to maintain the result of slum upgrading because of the lack of sensitivity to local needs and priorities and vulnerable to corruption practice. And the last is summary. In addition, if slum upgrading just released on community participant, it will be impossible because most slum dwellers are the poor who don't have much choice. Through the implementation of various slum upgrading programs in Indonesia, starting from the first until the latest generation, it can be proven that the concept of freedom to build, as the original concept of slum upgrading, promoted by Turner School, cannot work independently. Intervention from government and private parties are still necessary and required to be implemented jointly with community participation. Nevertheless, to what extent the ideal intervention of each actor is still on a big question. Thank you for your time. That's all for me. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.